So Dorrett was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and moved to Canada over 40 years ago. Dorrett is a minister, a teacher, and an author of not just one, but two children's books. They're called Hi, Miss Homer and Compliments to My Mummy. She is also a wife and a mummy to three very big kids, and one even has their own kid, making Dorrett a grandmother too. As a teacher, Dorrett uses her experiences growing up with a physical disability to help children and adults understand and empathize with others. Dorrett's passion for inclusivity and kindness is contagious, and I have no doubt when all of you leave today, you'll be throwing kindness around like confetti. So I'm going to turn it over to Dorrett.
Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. Thank you, Shannon, for such a warm introduction. It is such a pleasure to be here with all the amazing kids for celebrating March break. It is such a wonderful thing to be here with all the families. Thank you so much for joining. I trust that this session will be fun. It will be exciting. It will be engaging. I want you to post an emoji if you're enjoying your March break. Let me see those of you that are enjoying your March break right now. Give me your best emoji. I want to see your emoji. Yeah, great. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. So how is everyone doing? Is everyone doing okay? Yes, I see a heart there. Anyone else? Yes. How is everyone doing? Great. Okay, so welcome. Before I start, what's on the agenda? I just want to tell you what is on the agenda for today. I'm going to start off with two icebreaker questions, friendly kids jokes, share some scenarios. Number two, I'm going to read my book, Hi, Mrs. Homer, and we're going to watch a video short clipping of a short clip promoting disability and difference and ability. And then we leave the last segment for Q&A. Okay? Is everyone okay? Should I continue or should I just wait for other people to join? Shannon, what do you think?
You can go ahead and start.
I can go ahead. Okay, so let's start with an icebreaker question. Okay, my first question, an icebreaker, yes. Okay, why did the teacher wear sunglasses in the classroom? Anyone? Anyone? Why did the teacher wear sunglasses in the classroom?
And you
Anyone
can
has an answer?
Yeah, you can put your hand up. So it looks like Bridgette has an answer. So you can unmute yourself, Bridgette.
Because it's sunny in the classroom.
Oh, very close. Not exactly what we're looking for, but thank you for trying, Bridgette. Anyone else?
It looks like Tess has their hand up. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry, she changed her mind.
Okay. Why did the teacher wear sunglasses in the classroom?
Oh, Amy's got her hand up. I think they have a guess.
Okay, Amy?
For her to see.
Okay, not quite. Anyone else? Last chance.
We have one more guess from Emily.
Okay, go ahead.
It was because the teacher had a disability.
Okay, not quite. So those were all good tries, boys and girls. So the reason why the teacher wore sunglasses in the classroom is because her students are bright.
Oh.
Get it?
Oh.
Her students are bright, and I know you guys are all bright. Okay, one last icebreaker question. Why do teddy bears never, ever get hungry? Why do teddy bears never get hungry?
Oh, Bridgette's got her hand up.
Because they're stuffies.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give it to Bridgette. Yes, because they're always stuffed.
Oh, good one.
That is a good one because they are always tough. Give me a thumbs up if, I guess that was the first time, this is the first time you're all hearing those two jokes. So now you have those two jokes. You can always share them with your friends. You can always share them with your relatives or your neighbors. Okay, so you know two jokes today. Okay, that was awesome. I know you guys are so bright. Okay, so what I'm going to start with, I'm going to move on to a scenario. So I'm going to start with the first scenario. Okay. All right, so I'm going to read something to you, and let's hear what I have to say. Okay, so during recess, you're on the playground with two of your classmates playing catch. A new student named Abby, who recently transferred to your school, is also a student in your class. Abby is standing nearby on the playground watching you play with the other classmates. Abby has a physical disability. So Abby has one arm, is much shorter than the other, with no fingers on her arm, on her hand. So give me a thumbs up if you think that Abby can catch a ball. Do you think Abby will be able to catch a ball? Yes or no? Thumbs up if you think she would. Thumbs down if you think not.
Or you can say yes in the chat or no in the chat.
Yes. I'm going to click on chat and see. Okay, I see some thumbs up. Yes, great, excellent, good, excellent. Yes. So Abby is unable to catch the ball. What would you do? If you think that she's unable to catch the ball, what would you have done if you were one of those students playing catch?
Oh, good question.
If you were one of those students on the playground playing catch, okay.
You also can, if it's easier than typing, you're also welcome to put your hand up and answer that way too, of course.
Exactly. I think that probably would be a faster way, Shannon. Okay, what do we have here? Anybody wants to respond? What would you do? I would try to give her, Bridgette says, I would try to give her the ball. Okay. Emily is typing. Okay. All right. Anyone else? We're waiting on Emily to type. Or you could just unmute your button and just respond. What would you have done if you were one of those students on the playground and Abby is standing all alone and you're playing with two of your classmates and she's new to your school and she's in your class. She has a physical disability. What would you do? Give her the ball? I like what Bridgette said. Excellent, Bridgette. Emily said, ask if she wants to play something else. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay, so what we're talking about, what we're sharing, we're talking about inclusion. And what does inclusion mean? Okay, inclusion is the action or state of being included within a group. So what it does, it gives you the opportunity to support and develop relationship with others. So even though Abby has a physical disability, it does not mean that she's not capable of having a relationship and develop friends. She too wants to have a friend, just like how you have like two other friends that you're playing with on the playground. It means inclusion helps us to with diversity because she's different, right? It helps us with cooperation. We want to learn to cooperate with others even though they're different. And it helps us to be considerate of others, okay? So I like what Emily said. Ask her if she wants to play something else, okay? So you're being considerate of her, even though she has a physical disability. Emily is thinking maybe she might not be able to catch the ball, and so we'll ask her if she wants to play something else. Okay, so that is being so considerate, and that is an awesome answer, Emily. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is important because we want everyone to feel important, and we want everyone to feel like they're significant. Okay, we don't want anyone to feel left out. All right, we want others that look different from us feel welcome. We want them to feel that they belong and that they feel valued and that they feel accepted. Okay, so that was awesome. That was so great for you guys participating. Okay, so I have been an educator for over 16 years. And so over my 16 years, I first started as a teaching assistant, and then I transitioned into becoming a teacher. And so over my 16 years, I've met students from many backgrounds, from many cultures. I've worked with students from K to primary level, junior level, intermediate level, even in high school. And so many of you, Shannon mentioned that I have a disability, and because if Shannon didn't mention that I have a disability, you would not have known. So I was born with a physical disability where my left arm is way shorter than developed shorter than my right arm. There's no elbow. It only has 3 fingers on it. So the scenario that I gave, it's kind of like similar to my life with Abby's, okay? So I have no fingers I have only 3 fingers on my arm, okay? So as a teacher, each time I enter the classroom and I meet new students, especially for the first time, they are ever so curious about my disability. They want to know, Miss Homer, what's wrong with your arm? Why were you born that way? Was it a car accident? What happened to you? And so they ask like many questions. They're always surprised about what I can do. And so they have many questions about my arm. And so because of that, the idea came because students were coming one at a time. Sometimes they come in pairs because they don't know. Some of them are shy to come on their own to ask me questions about my disability. So they would come in pairs to speak with Miss Homer. And so because of that, I realized that there was a need to bring my story to students. And so I decided to write a book and put my story. So the idea to write my book, my children's book, Hi Miss Homer, began with the desire to draw awareness to disabilities, to support inclusion, and to encourage educators to open doors to healthy discussions so that you guys can talk about someone who has a disability in meaningful ways, in a constructive manner, okay? So I don't want to go in depth about my book per se in regards to the writing process around my book, but for those of you who might be inspired one day to write a book, there are options to choose from. When you write a book, once you create your book, you decide if you want to do a children's book or a mystery book or so forth. But for me, you can decide to use a traditional publisher to publish your book, or you could use self-publishing to publish your book as well. And so I used a self-publisher to publish. I self-published my book. Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to talk about with the process in having my book being processed. So let's move on to scenario number 2. Okay, so let's go back to Abby. All right, remember Abby was on the playground, okay, and she's standing all alone, and you have your 2 friends playing with, and you're throwing your ball. So let's go to scenario number 2. Okay, so Abby brought a banana to school for a snack. However, Abby's mother forgot to peel, slice, and place it in her container. While eating your lunch, you glanced over and saw that Abby is using her teeth to peel away the skin of the banana. What would you make comments such as, yuck, that's gross? Would you make a comment like that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me see. Can I have some, anyone? Anyone wants to share? Would you say yuck because she's using her teeth to peel away the skin of the banana? No, okay. All right. See, Leona says no, thank you. All right, anyone else? Why wouldn't you? Why not? Emily is typing. Okay, Bridget said yes, maybe. Bridget, why would you say yes, maybe? I'm curious to know. Do you want to unmute your mic and share with me?
She was saying that when she first saw it, then she might be thinking that. But then when we were talking about it, she remembered that Abby had a physical disability, so she might have to use her teeth, right?
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so there you go. It goes back to being considerate of others, right? Okay, anyone else? Leona, do you want to explain? Okay, Leona said it would hurt her feelings. Awesome, awesome. So the idea is we want to get the job done, right? She wants to eat her banana. So her way of peeling her banana might be different from how you peel your banana. But in the end, the conclusion is that she got it peeled and she's able to eat her banana and she's not going to be hungry. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that people with a physical disability, they are going to do things differently from you do things sometimes. Even to tie their lace, they might tie differently. To put on a jacket or their pants, depends on the physical disability that they have. They do it differently. They perform it differently, certain tasks differently. But at the end, it's done. Okay, so we have to keep that into consideration. So have you ever heard of the word empathy? Anyone has heard of the word empathy? Anyone? Anyone? Can anybody explain to me what empathy is? Anybody?
Being kind.
Being kind, yes, Tess, being kind, yes. Anyone else?
Go ahead, Emily, or Emily's family.
Being nice.
Being nice. Okay.
Leona, go ahead.
That sounds awesome. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Anyone else? I just love the braveness of everyone here, how everyone is participating. Leona, do you want to tell me what empathy is?
Do you understand what others are feeling?
Yes, exactly. Do you understand what others are feeling? Great. Okay, so empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Okay, it is being aware of, being sensitive, being compassionate towards others. That is what empathy is, right? And so when we see Abby peeling the banana with her teeth, we're being compassionate and we're being sensitive. We're not going to say yuck, and we're not going to point to our fingers and laugh at her because she's doing it in that way. Okay, we want to be sensitive towards her, okay, and be aware that she has a physical disability, just like what I believe it was Emily that said at first she would have said yuck, but then when she remembered that she had a physical disability, then she understood why she had to do it. So that was awesome, Emily. Thank you so much. So empathy is an amazing character trait. And I want to encourage everyone to participate whenever and wherever, like use empathy. Don't just, you will see different occasions might come up for you to be sensitive. It might be on the playground. It might be in the classroom. even towards someone who doesn't necessarily have a physical disability. Okay? Is everybody okay? Let me see thumbs up if everybody so far is enjoying themselves with this session. Let's see. Okay. Okay, great. I see Shannon put up a nice smiley face. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So Miss Homer, as the students always refer to me as, has a physical disability. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, I am going to read my book. And my book, it has snippets of some of the conversations I've had in my classroom with my students. So this is my book. I don't know if you guys can all see it. It's called Hi, Miss Homer. So I'm going to read my book, okay? And this book, I dedicated this book to parents and caregivers who have a child living with a physical disability, okay? This school is beautiful. It's modern with bright colored painted walls. I whisper to myself. I notice the bold and beaming welcome sign hanging on the wall, visible for all to see. I stopped briefly to look into the big showcase in the front lobby that proudly displayed an array of decorated students' artwork and trophies. Today would be my first time at Great Elementary School as a supply teacher, a teacher with a noticeable physical disability. And here I am in the blue with my disability. I'm showing my, okay, all right, my left arm is shorter and it is illustrated in the picture. I walked down the hallway to find my classroom before the morning bell. I saw some teachers and I waved at them with a big smile on my face, responding to their friendly greetings of hi. So these are the teachers that I met. Okay. Good morning, students. How are you today? My name is Miss Homer, and I will be your supply teacher for the day. So here are the students there. I saw one student trying to get the attention of a classmate who was standing nearby. It was a slight unspoken touch. Look at how different our supply teacher is. A brave 2-year-old student shouted, "Why is your hand like that?" Before I could answer, another student yelled, "That is not nice to ask." So here's a student here trying to nudge a student, and here's another student shouting, "Why is my arm like that?" Okay, students, settle down. I understand that you may not have seen a teacher in your school with a physical disability. I know that some of you have questions about my arm, which I will answer in circle time. The students sat quietly on the floor in a circle and couldn't wait to hear. I was born with a physical disability, I said. As you can see, my left arm developed shorter than my right arm and with only 3 fingers on it. So the students are in a circle. They're trying to listen. However, my physical disability doesn't stop me from enjoying a normal life. In fact, I do many of the same things that your parents do. I clean my house, I do my laundry, I cook, I go grocery shopping, I swim, and I drive myself to work. I am also married and have 3 children. You can do a lot, but how? One student asked. Another said, "I feel sorry for you." Another added, "Your arm looks like an alien." They were genuinely interested in learning more about my disability. They request that I demonstrate how I carry my groceries, how I hold the steering wheel, and do much of what they do in their daily lives. So they're asking, they want to know, how do I do these things even though I have a physical disability? That is cool, one student said. Some were fiddling with their tiny fingers, trying to figure out which fingers were missing from my left arm. I answered all their curious questions, including, can you write with that hand? Can you hold a cup? Can you lift your arm over your head? Can you hold a fork or spoon to eat with that arm? Does it hurt? Can I touch it? So they're all so interested. We moved on to other tasks throughout the day. I had further questions about my arm. They treated me just like they would a teacher without a physical disability. I felt happy to be with them as their supply teacher for the day. At lunch, some students found it difficult to open their lunch containers, thermos lid, and plastic wrappings. They asked for my help as I assisted them. They watched in amazement at my ability to succeed at each task. So they're even still surprised that I'm able. Near the end of the day, the children were tidying up. I am proud of you all, I said. Your teacher will be delighted to hear of your good behavior and hard work while absent. They lined up and waited for the last bell of the day and cheered with their tiny voices. It was nice to meet you, Miss Homer. I hope you come again. You are a nice teacher. So here they are. The bell rang and we left together to their regular end of day areas. Some went off to the after school program, some to the bus, and some waited to be picked up. As I walked away, I could hear several echoes of "Bye, Miss Homer," until their voices faded in the distance, no longer heard. Back in the classroom, I reflected on my day and packed my bag. I felt gratified to know that I can do all things through Him that gives me strength. There you go. And that is the end of my book. Did you guys enjoy that story? Thumbs up if you did. Let me see the thumbs up who enjoyed that story. Hi, Miss Homer. Okay, great. Excellent. Thank you, Bridgette. Thank you, Leona. Anyone else? Thank you. So now, just like how students are always interested to know what I can do, what I'm capable of accomplishing, what task I can perform, right now I am going to ask Shannon to help me. She's going to do, I did a little video of myself, of some of the things that I do that I can do, because students are always curious until they see it in action. So you're going to see a short video clip of me in action with my physical disability. Okay.
Okay, I'll bring that up right now. So thank you, Dorrett, for doing this video for us, because we were hoping that we would be able to meet in person and then you would have been able to see Dorrett in action. But since we're virtual, we've got this great video and hopefully you can see it now. I'll make sure it's nice and big. Are you seeing that, Dorrett?
Yes, I am. I'm going to mute my mic so that it flows.
Here we go.
Hello, my Facebook friends and family. I am so excited this morning. Look what just got delivered to my home. My author's copy of my very first book. I have been waiting for this for the longest time. So I am just so excited to open it. So let's see. I'm going to take the first cut and let's see. Here it is. Hi,
All right, there you go. You should be back.
Okay, thank you, Shannon, for showing that video. And those are just snippets of some of the things that I can do. I know in the classroom they want me to demonstrate a lot. What can I pick up? Can you hold a bottle? Can you pick up a book? I'm able to pick up a book and hold it if it's really light with my arm. Anything that's too heavy, I can't. I can hold like this jug here. I can lift it up. It's light. There's no water in there. I can pick up a cup and hold it like that. I'm unable to grab something because my fingers, there's no joints. So I'm not capable of grabbing and holding something like that. Okay. But there's hardly anything that I can do, as you can see in the video. So right now, as we move on, I'm going to give everyone the opportunity. I'm going to open the floor now